Hello, my name is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here for a book haul, and that feels a little weird to say. So it's been like probably 6 months, close to it, since my last book haul. And that's because I wasn't buying books. I was trying to get my physical TBR down, and I am happy with where I'm at, so we're buying books again. Hopefully not in the insane quantities that I used to, but it is happening. I had some gift cards, so some of this was gift cards and some of this was just I wanted it. So let's just go. These aren't in very good order, but that's okay. This is The Age of AI and Our Human Future by Henry A. Kissinger, oh my god. Henry A. Kissinger, holy crap. Eric Schmidt and Daniel Huttenlocher. God, I am so bad at names. Okay. This I just picked up because I liked the title. I'm interested in AI, and I'm interested in how that could potentially impact the future of humanity. I got The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. I think this was January's book of the month. Does it say? Yes. January's book of the month. I don't know much what this is about. Oh, interesting. 8 months since losing her mother in the Spanish flu outbreak of 1919, 21-year-old Lillian Carter's life has completely fallen apart. That's so interesting. I feel like we're getting a lot of books about the Spanish flu now. Probably because everyone's mind is on pandemics. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one, hopefully soon. Next up is a book that I got from the spring Read It and Eat box that Kim from the channel Bookmarks and Breadsticks kindly sent me to unbox for you guys. I will link that unboxing if you want to go see what that's all about. But this is The Food Explorer, The Adventures of the Globe-Trotting Botanist Who Transformed What America Eats by Daniel Stone. I'm actually really excited about this one. I wasn't sure because it's always like hit or miss if you don't pick your own books. But this is about kind of a man who wants to transform American food from just like sustenance to an enjoyable experience. And it's kind of like part travelogue because he travels the world, like learning about foods from different cultures. And I think it's going to be really interesting. Okay, next up I have a couple of math reads. I have A Mathematician's Apology by G.H. Hardy. This is just like a classic work in mathematics. And then I have Flatland, A Romance of Many Dimensions by Edwin A. Abbott. I don't super love this cover, but it is what it is. It's about the contents, right? Okay, next up is a stack of Octavia E. Butler. These are from the Patternist series. Is that what it's called? Yes. I'm not sure actually if there's 4 or 5 in this series. I thought there was only 4, so I bought all 4, but then I saw something and now I think there might be 5. Okay, yes, there are 5 books. So I'm missing Survivor, but I have the rest of them, so I'll have to fix that at some point. I really like the cover art on these. Oh yeah, we have Mind of My Mind, Wild Seed, Clay's-Ark, and Pattern Master, and I'm not totally sure what the order is here, but I really love these editions. Okay, next we have The Untold Story by Genevieve Cogman. This is the final book, I think it's the final book, in the Invisible Library series. It will be very cool and satisfying to see how this series wraps up. This is Gilgamesh. This is a new English version by Stephen Mitchell. I have had the Epic of Gilgamesh as like a thing to read for a lot of years, and when I saw this I was like, oh, a new translation, that could be fun. So I grabbed it and hopefully I read it eventually. Okay, this is Lakota America, A New History of Indigenous Power by Pekka. I'm just gonna hold it up because I'm not gonna try and butcher that. Alright. I was seeing a lot of people reading this. I want to say it was 2020, and I have wanted it ever since, and then I had gift cards, and so I was just going through like various wish lists, and I saw it, and I was like, add to cart. Perfect. So I'm hoping that this is interesting. It should be interesting. It's going to be a matter of how it's written, I think. That'll depend on how much I enjoy it. Next we have The Women of Troy by Pat Barker. I read The Silence of the Girls a while ago, and this is more of a companion novel than a sequel, but I believe it does follow some of the same characters, and that's about all I know about it. I do like this cover though. Next up, we have Sister Song by Lucy Holland. This says, a beautiful reimagining of an old British folklore ballad, Sister Song weaves a captivating spell of myth and magic around the reader. And that's basically all it took for me to pick it up. I enjoy like the old British folklore things and stories being written around it. It kind of reminds me of like The Lost Queen by Signe Pike. So I'll read this and then I'll be able to tell you if they are similar at all. I very much loved The Lost Queen, so I hope so. Next up, I got this chonker. This is Humans by Brandon Stanton. I do follow the Humans of New York Instagram page, and I thought it was just very interesting. Like, I just like to read the stories of just ordinary people. And so I saw this, and a friend of mine on Instagram had posted that she had bought this for Christmas gifts for people, and then finally decided to just buy it for herself, and that it was worth every penny. So hopefully I agree. Okay, next up we have Leviathan Falls by James S.A. Corey. This is book 9 in the Expanse series. This is the end. Book 1 was called Leviathan Wakes. Book 9 is called Leviathan Falls. I am so excited. I am going through and doing a reread of the entire series, but I'm doing them all on audiobook because Jefferson Mays is a fantastic audiobook narrator. So I bought this mostly to just put it on my shelf and I can have the full collection, but I will be reading it. I'm on book 3 right now, so we'll get there. This book I just picked up today. It was on my January new book releases that I'm excited about. This is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. I don't remember a ton about this. I just remember that it is based on Chinese mythology and the main character in here has to save her mother. So I'm hoping this goes well. I actually, when I put it on my new releases list, I thought this was like middle grade or something, but I don't think it is. First of all, it's very large. Second of all, it was shelved in the adult section. Well, it was in the new releases section, and usually it's all adult stuff there, so I don't know, but I will get back to you on this. Next up, I have Olga Dies Dreaming by Xochitl Gonzalez. I love this cover. I don't know what it is about it, but it appeals to me. This follows Olga and her brother Pedro? Pedro, yeah. They are doing quite well for themselves. Olga is a wedding planner for the Manhattan elite, and her brother Pedro is kind of like a local congressman type situation. He's very active in politics and in advocating for the people from his hometown. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm going to just read you a little bit of the blurb here. It says, set against the backdrop of New York City and the months surrounding the most devastating hurricane in Puerto Rico's history, Xochitl Gonzalez's Olga Dies Dreaming is a story that examines political corruption, familial strife, and the very notion of the American dream, all while asking what it really means to weather a storm. That appeals to me. I think that potentially this could end up on the Goodreads Reader's Choice Awards list, so we shall see. This was kind of a random pick. This is Freedom by Sebastian Junger. I'm gonna just read, wow, there's 2 stickers on this one. That's going to annoy me. Hold on. Okay, we're good. We're good now. It says, throughout history, humans have been driven by the quest for 2 cherished ideals, community and freedom. The 2 don't coexist easily. We value individuality and self-reliance, yet are utterly dependent on community for our most basic needs. In this intricately crafted and thought-provoking book, Sebastian Junger examines the tension that lies at the heart of what it means to be human. And then it goes on from there. But I thought it would be just interesting to hear the thoughts on freedom and community and things of that nature. Okay, I kind of just bought this because it was pretty. Ex Libris, 100 Books to Read and Reread by Michiko Kakutani. I think I said that right? I don't know, man. This just looks like a book that a book lover needs. So it's mine. Alright, I went back and forth on this one, but we have Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. I had this on a list, a new book releases list that I was really excited about, and I want to say it was the end of 2020. Obviously I never got it, and I wasn't totally certain because it's very, I don't know, it like has the way it's described, it kind of feels like a YA fantasy, but I think it's supposed to be science fiction, or maybe not. I'm not sure. It does say Amid the Stars, so I don't know exactly where this is going to fall, but we have Prince Kim, maybe? A famously disappointing minor royal and the Emperor's least favorite grandchild has been called upon to be useful for once. He's been commanded to fulfill an obligation of marriage to the representative of the Empire's newest and most rebellious vassal planet. His future husband, Count Janin, is a widower and murder suspect. This just is very intriguing to me. There's a lot about this that appeals to me, but I'm also, it's just gonna be like the tone it takes and like how much does it really just go for it in terms of the story, or does it try to reel things in and be like accessible to younger readers? I don't know. We're gonna see. If you've read it, let me know. Okay, I have Yellow Wife by Sadika Johnson. I think I'm saying that right. This is another one that was on a new releases video. I really should go back through and do like reactions to my new release video. And just see what it was like if I've actually read any of those. Born on a plantation in Charles City, Virginia, Phoebe Dolores Brown has lived a sheltered life. Shielded by her mother's position as the estate's medicine woman and cherished by the master's sister, she is set apart from the others on the plantation, belonging to neither world. She'd been promised freedom on her 18th birthday, but instead of the idyllic life she imagined with her true love, Essex Henry, Phoebe is forced to leave the only home she has ever known. She unexpectedly finds herself thrust into the bowels of slavery at the infamous Devil's Half Acre, a jail in Richmond, Virginia, where the enslaved are broken, tortured, and sold every day. There, Phoebe is exposed not just to her jailer's cruelty, but also to his contradictions. To survive, Phoebe will have to outwit him, even if it means making the ultimate sacrifice. And it says, a deeply researched and truly transfixing narrative told with heart, soul, and skill. I expect this to make me cry, which might be like putting a lot on a book, but there it is. Okay, next up, we have The Three Mothers, How the Mothers of Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and James Baldwin Shaped a Nation by Anna Malika Tubbs. This is shorter than I thought it was going to be. This was another one that was on my my new releases video. There's a lot of those. I'm just excited about this. I think it'll be good. I might be super basic and slot this in for Black History Month or something. I don't know, I kind of want to read it soon, and February's right on the corner, so. Okay, next, another book that made my new releases videos long ago. The House on Vesper Sands by Padraig O'Donnell. It says a thrilling gothic mystery, and you all know how I feel about gothic anything, so... yeah, it's London, 1893, and, that's about all I needed, so hopefully I like this. Okay, hey look, another one that was on a new releases video. Fossil Men, The Quest for the Oldest Skeleton and the Origins of Humankind by Kermit Pattison. The title is exciting to me. I like archaeology. It's not something I think I could ever do as a career, but I do like to read about it, so hopefully this'll scratch that itch. Oh my god. Okay, this is the last one that I know has been in a new releases video. This is Of Women in Salt by Gabriela Garcia. So I bought this for a couple of reasons. First of all, we are following a woman living in present-day Miami. Her mother is a Cuban immigrant, which I always think is interesting. But the woman's name is Jeanette, and that's my mom's name, and I never ever see that, so I always buy things if I see her name on them. So this I've done. I don't know a ton about this, but I do know Jeanette eventually travels to Cuba to visit her grandmother, and I think we get some of her grandmother's story as well, which should be very interesting. So hopefully this goes well. Okay, I have Far From the Light of Heaven by Tade Thompson. I read 3 books by Tade Thompson in 2021. It was the Rosewood trilogy? Oh my god, the Wormwood trilogy? I can't remember. I really can't remember. But anyway, I enjoyed them. And so when I saw this, I thought maybe I would try something else by the author. And so I have. Alright, final book. We're ending it on a bang. Okay, Apollo's Arrow, The Profound and Enduring Impact of Coronavirus on the Way We Live by Nicholas A. Christakis. I'm interested. I don't know. I want to see how much of his thoughts line up with my own thoughts, and then I just appreciate what I assume was intense research that went into this, and therefore this man probably, most likely, should know more than I do about the topic, so I think it'll be interesting to get that type of a viewpoint on it. So that is the final book in this book haul. Okay, so it's now been weeks since I filmed my book haul that you all just saw. So I thought I'd just pop in real quick at the end of that to just show you a few other books that I have bought since then rather than making an entirely new video. So first of all, wow, these are already a little dusty. Okay, I have Her Hidden Genius by Marie Benedict. This is a book about Rosalind Franklin and her work with DNA. I really love to read historical fiction about women who were impactful in science. You don't get very many of them, so when I heard that this was coming out, I was super excited, and so I picked it up. And then I got The School for Good Mothers by Jessamine Chan. I believe this is something of a dystopian work because it takes place in either a future or an alternate reality, I'm not sure which, in which like Big Brother is specifically like watching mothers, and our main character in this, she is in fact a mother, and she makes a regrettable parenting choice one day, and she gets sent to this school where they teach her how to be a good mother. It's more like an institution, I guess. And until she can prove to them that she can be a good mother, she has to stay there. So I think this will be pretty hard-hitting. I'm hoping that it takes a really hard look at society's expectations of women and mothers in particular. Okay, the last, I think there's 5 here, are all nonfiction. I have, oh my gosh, okay, so I can't actually pronounce her name. But it's The Concubine Who Launched Modern China, Empress Dowager Cixi? I'm not totally certain. By Yung Chang, and I'm very excited about this. I let my little sister read the back of this, and she just like gave a little squeal, and she's like, I love the girl power in that. So I hope that I too enjoy it. I'm not sure. I know there's only been like one female ruler of China, but like then, I mean, China is a little bit misleading because the history of China is so complex. And sometimes it's hard to actually determine what China consisted of at different points in history. But I believe she's the only female ruler of that region, if I'm not mistaken. I'll let you know more once I've actually read it. Then I picked up Wild Swans, 3 Daughters of China by, oh, same author. That's probably why I saw them. This is apparently a bestseller. This real-life saga of a Chinese family over 3 generations contains more violence than any film noir, more heartrending tragedy than Little Dorrit. There has never been a book like this. Yeah. I'm very excited to read this. It says, Yung Chang describes the life of her grandmother, a warlord's concubine, her mother's struggles as a young idealistic communist, and her parents' experience as members of the communist elite and their ordeal during the Cultural Revolution. So yeah, pretty excited to get to this one as well. Then we have Destiny Disrupted, A History of the World Through Islamic Eyes by Tamim Ansari. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I just thought this would be really interesting because the bulk of the nonfiction, if not all of it, at least most of it, has been written through a Western lens. Very much either an agnostic lens or a traditional Christian lens. So I think this will be a very interesting book to read, and I am much looking forward to it. This is a book I've been waiting to come out in the US for a while. This is Humankind, A Hopeful History by Rutger Bregman. I read Utopias for Realists by Rutger Bregman, and it's probably one of my favorite nonfiction books of all time. I thought it was excellently done, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one as well. I honestly don't even know what it's about. it's kind of an auto-buy author situation here. And then the last book I have to share with you came from a Read It and Eat subscription box. This particular box I purchased through her, Kim, the owner of Read It and Eat, her I Fund Women campaign. This was one of those, if you donated, you could pick your rewards depending on your donation. So I got the Truffle box, and the book that came with it is The Truffle Underground, A Tale of Mystery, Mayhem, and Manipulation in the Shadowy Market of the World's Most Expensive Fungus by Ryan Jacobs. I am super excited to read this. I bought this basically for the book. That was why I chose the donation tier I chose, was because I was interested in the book and I wanted to support Kim as well. The other things I got in the box are, these are truffle crisps from Jan's Farmhouse. So I will be trying those. And then also, this is Truffle Shuffle, Truffle Carpaccio, the finest in the universe. So they're actual truffles, and then you can also use the oil that the truffles come in to cook with. So I thought that was really, really cool. And I just thought I would share that. Kim's crowdfunding is available, I believe, through March 4th or 14th. Something around there. I have a video I will link in the cards and then in the description box where I talked a little bit more about it, and then I will also leave the link to the I Fund Women and the Read It and Eat website. So anyway, let's go to the outro that I already filmed. That's a lot of books. That's like 6 months worth of books. So, did I really save anything in the end? I don't know. That'll be up to you to decide. Anyway, let me know if you've read any of these books or if you want to read any of these books in the comment section and we can chat about them. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.